Hello everyone, back to today's second video, doing weekend forecast for today's second video. As always on a Saturday, we're having a detailed look at the weather for the week ahead. Going to be another very warm week coming up. There will be some scattered thunderstorms around, but they are going to be scattered. They're going to hit and miss. Most places will miss some and stay dry. And in fact, a lot of places you're going to have another completely dry week with temperatures remaining very warm. Very warm, dry conditions coming up really for most parts of the country in the week ahead. Very little change to the slow-moving weather patterns that we've had over recent days. So earlier on today, we released the first autumn 2018 seasonal model roundup. You'll find that video here on the homepage. Just scroll down the page a little bit and it's the bolling out. Later on today, that video will be placed on the autumn updates and forecast page. There'll be a written summary that goes with it as well. So getting around 12 long-range models together, see what they're all showing for the autumn of 2018 for only the first time this season. So I'll go with weekend forecast for you in a second. Just say that websites using for weekend forecast coming from weatherout.com and weathercentral.de. You can find links to both websites on the links page. And we've had a new donor for Gavs Service, so I've got to give a shout out to Ollie. Big thank you to Ollie for becoming our latest donor. For Gavs, whether it's if you would like to give a donation to Gavs Service, there's two ways that you can do it. You can become a donor for Gavs Service via our PayPal page. This is the gavservice.me PayPal page. So you can just come here. We're linked to it at all the pages at Gavs Service and in the description box at YouTube. So you can just come here and donate a one-off payment, whatever you would like to donate, whatever you can afford. Come to gavservice.me PayPal page. And also you can become a patron for Gavs Weathervids. So this is another way of donating a little bit of money. This is a monthly payment, but of course you cancel it at any time. So it can be anything as little as $1 a month, so it doesn't have to be a huge amount of money at all. And you can just become a patron for Gavs Service. You'll get a shout out in the videos if you become a patron or a donor for Gavs Service via PayPal or Patreon. And a big thank you to all of the donors and patrons for Gavs Service so far. Huge thank you to all of you. It's helping us to pay for our website. We're primarily ads funded, but we've got increasing pressures on ad revenues these days. So it's just a little bit of an extra to help us pay for the website and keep all of the content and the updates completely free of charge. And a big thank you to all of you for your kindness and generosity in supporting Gavs Service. It does mean a huge amount to myself and all of the Gavs Service team. So a big thank you to everyone for doing that. Right, we'll get on with the weekend forecast. We're going to start with a radar picture, but we won't dwell on this for very long because it's a universally dry day across the whole of the United Kingdom and across Northern Ireland as well. So we'll skip on from that and have a look at the synoptic pressure chart for today. And high pressure, as it has been for several weeks now, continues to be dominating the weather. We've got high pressure over Scandinavia, we've got high pressure out in the Atlantic too. There is low pressure down to our south, and that might bring some thunderstorms into the southwestern part of the country tomorrow, but essentially today we're bringing in these very warm, dry and hot easterly winds. So we did have a little bit of cloud across the eastern part of the country this morning. That's burnt back to the east coast. Now, many places are going to have a dry, sunny afternoon, unbroken sunshine for quite a few places. Might just spark off an isolated thundery shower somewhere towards southwest England, maybe Welsh mountains, possibly mountains of Northern Ireland. But I mean, they are very, very isolated, and the overwhelming majority of the country will be dry today. A little bit of cloud and patchy rain may be heading in towards the Outer Hebrides by this evening. Temperatures really warm again today, so another very warm to hot day. On the east coast it is cooler and fresh. If you don't like the heat, get to the east coast. As we've been saying in the videos lately, we've got a refreshing easterly breeze which will keep temperatures down at around 20 degrees on the east coast, but come inland and go through to central western Britain, temperatures will again be up to the upper 20s or possibly low 30s Celsius. I reckon 31 is achievable today somewhere across the UK. That is 88 in Fahrenheit. Overnight tonight, high pressure will remain in control, but this low pressure down across France and Biscay is getting ever closer to us, so it might bring A few scattered thunderstorms through the Channel and onto the south coast of southwest England by the end of the night, but the majority of the country will stay dry again tonight, with low cloud rolling back in from off the North Sea. A band of cloud and patchy rain for western Scotland, possibly fringing into Northern Ireland from this area of low pressure by the end of the night. Temperatures becoming a little bit warmer and more humid in the southeast, actually, as the wind is beginning to turn a little bit southeasterly. So temperatures in London might hold up at around 16 or 17 degrees tonight, quite a humid night. But out in the countryside in the north and west, it will be cooler and fresh, with temperatures generally down to around 9 or 10 degrees Celsius. That has been the saving grace over the past few days. We have had relatively cool nights and a relatively fresh feel, despite the warm temperatures. But I think we lose that fresh feel tomorrow across England and Wales. It'll be a much more humid day, especially so down in the south and southeast. And as this low pressure from France is getting ever closer, it may well bring a risk of thunderstorms through parts of central southern England, into southwestern England, possibly parts of Wales, and maybe just fringing into the south and west Midlands as well. These storms will be quite scattered, so not everywhere will get them, but if you do get a storm in the southwest area, you will know about it. It could be slow moving, it could be torrential, there's a lot of energy available in the atmosphere, so I expect some pretty nasty lightning and thunder, and also the risk of some hail mixed in as well. But as I say, it's one of those situations where one place could get a torrential downpour, maybe some flash flooding, and then you just go 4 or 5 miles down the road and it stays completely dry. It's one of those sort of afternoons coming up tomorrow in the southwest. That leaves the rest of the country mostly dry. There will be a band of cloud and showery rain across western Scotland, but that'll fizzle out through the course of the day. And the majority of the country again stays dry, particularly in the north and the east, with sunny spells coming through after probably a misty, murky start. Temperatures tomorrow might reach around 31, maybe at the outside 32 degrees. Wouldn't rule it out. 90 Fahrenheit, somewhere like central London. It'd be very humid as well. More typically, though, we'll see temperatures somewhere around sort of mid to upper 20s Celsius. So another very warm or locally hot day coming up for most of us. That's how things are looking on Monday, and if anything, that low pressure is edging away from us again. So it had a go at changing the weather pattern, but really it's high pressure that's in control on Monday. We might still have a legacy from that low pressure in the far southwest with a few scattered thundery showers or thunderstorms, but the bulk of the country stays dry with prolonged sunny spells. Temperatures will be a little bit cooler and fresh as the low pressure edges away, so does the humidity. So we're back to kind of like the conditions we've got today, I suppose. Plenty of sunshine, very warm temperatures, but a rather fresh sort of breeze, particularly so in the south and the southeast. Temperatures ranging from around 21 to 29 degrees Celsius. That's how Tuesday's looking. No real change to weather pattern. High pressure is continuing to be dominating the weather, so lots of dry and fine sunny conditions coming through across most parts of the country. Might be a few scattered thunderstorms breaking out over the high ground of Scotland, Northern Ireland and Northern England, but they're very scattered, very isolated. The majority of the country is staying dry and very warm once again, with that sunshine coming through, lifting temperatures into the upper 20s Celsius. That's Wednesday, no particular change either, so very sort of samey charts really from day to day. Again, a few scattered thundery showers possible in the far northern part of the country, but the majority of the UK will be staying dry on Wednesday with more sunny spells coming through. Temperatures low to sort of mid to upper 20 Celsius, away from coast where they will be that little bit lower. Slight change on Thursday with this area of low pressure a little bit closer towards southeastern parts of England, so that might bring the threat of a few heavy showers or thunderstorms into the southeast. Probably a general increase in cloud across England and Wales as well. The best of the sunshine on Thursday might be in the north, close to this area of high pressure. So temperatures just edge down a little bit, although humidity probably edges up on Thursday. But talking about temperatures into the mid-20s Celsius quite widely across the country, probably upper 20s Celsius across Scotland. And there will be a more humid feel down in the southeast. If any storms do develop in the south and southeast, they will be very scattered, very isolated. Most places will miss miss some and stay dry. It's all looking very slack as we go through into Friday. High pressure is still more or less dominating the weather pattern, but the gradients have become slack, which means we might have more in way of cloud, and we might have a scattering of thunderstorms almost anywhere across the country on Friday. But again, there's no real low pressure to trigger those storms and make them widespread. So if storms do develop on Friday, and I expect there will be a few, they'll be very scattered, very isolated. The vast majority of the country is likely to miss them again. But if you catch a storm, you will know about it because it'll be slow moving. There'll be a lot of energy available still in the atmosphere. So it'll be torrential and potentially quite violent. But again, emphasising many places, or most places, miss those storms and stay dry. Temperatures on Friday will be into the mid-20s Celsius quite widely across the country. Some places probably going up into the upper 20s Celsius. And then for next weekend, we've got a couple of scenarios on offer. So this is how the GFS is seeing things, with low pressure starting to develop a little bit in the west and potentially moving eastwards. So the GFS is implying that next weekend we may see a more general band of potentially quite thundery rain edging across the country, maybe triggering some thunderstorms in the east and possibly bringing in some slightly cooler and fresher air from the Atlantic, particularly so to the north and the west. However, the ECM looks like that, and the other scenario, the other option, is generally just a re-strengthening of the Azores high next weekend. So that's how the ECM looks on Sunday, next Sunday, for example, with high pressure back firmly in control of weather. Well, it never really goes away, but high pressure is in control of the weather next weekend and builds in big time as we go through into the second week of July. That's an ongoing heat wave and probably a drought-like situation setting up there on the ECM by the second week of July. That high pressure of 1,035 millibars over top of the country. So two options on the table for next weekend. Overall, I tend to favour option number 2, just purely because of how dominant high pressure has been over the last few weeks. You would have to favour, I think, the ECM WS solution. But maybe the GFS is right about this. It'll turn a little bit more showery next weekend. We'll keep you updated on that. Finally, just having a look at charts from Weather Outlook. So this is today, dry, hot and sunny really across most parts of the country. Bags of sunshine coming through. There's those thunderstorms in the southwest. Tomorrow they are quite scattered, but if you get one, you'll know about it. Most places will stay dry with plenty of sunshine. Hot temperatures too. That's Monday again, looking dry, sunny, hot. First day of Wimbledon, of course, on Monday. They're going to have a super day down there, but it may be a little bit too hot for both playing and observing tennis, with temperatures into the upper 20s Celsius and lots of sunshine again. Sunny and dry across most parts of the country on Tuesday and for Wednesday as well. A few scattered thunderstorms across Scotland, but most places miss some and stay dry. That's how Thursday and Friday are looking. Temperatures just edge off a little bit towards the end of the week, but probably humidity lifts. And still a lot of dry weather, just a few scattered thunderstorms. But many places will miss them and stay dry. So the dry spell goes on, is the message really from the weekend forecast today. So in summary, high pressure is going to be dominating. It's going to stay very warm, mostly dry and hot days coming up. There will be a few thunderstorms scattered about, but they're very isolated in nature, and many places miss some. The greatest risk of storms is probably in the southwest tomorrow. After that, mainly dry, just a few isolated downpours here and there. Right, don't forget to check out the Autumn 2018 Seasonal Model Roundup. It's here on my homepage for you right now. It will be placed on the Autumn Updates page later on today with written summary. Tomorrow, it's the big one. It's the NAO forecast for the winter of 2018-19. You'll get the first snapshot in terms of the Atlantic Ocean for the winter. That'll be coming up at 10 AM tomorrow, so come back for that. That's all for now. Thanks for watching.